Hi, welcome to Mcmaster Investing Club's Top Picks segment. I'm Pranay, Chander, the Vice President, and today we have Micheal, the President, joining us.
Thanks, Pranay.
Good to have you here.
Thanks.
So, one of your top picks for this year is RIM, Research in Motion. Shares for RIM went up 5.5% yesterday. Is that because of the Bloomberg article?
Yeah, you're right, Pranay. There was an article yesterday in Bloomberg saying that the playbook will run Android apps, and even though people following RIM closely have known this fact since as early as September, it was the first time that it appeared in the mainstream media, so that caused the shares to move up 5.5% at the most in 3 months.
Interesting. Recently, Nokia announced a partnership with Microsoft. What's your take on that?
Yeah, the announcement was made today, and there's going to be a transition period as Nokia moves to using the Windows Phone 7 as their operating system. There's an analyst from Credit Suisse who expects RIM to sell an additional 5 million phones both this year and in 2012 as a result of this transition period. So it's definitely good for RIM.
So, as we know, mostly sales are to consumers. What's your projection for this year?
Yeah, as I wrote in a blog article back in January titled 2011 is looking very bright for RIM. This year, RIM will launch many exciting devices, including the Playbook, the new Storm, and a touchscreen Bolt. So I expect sales to be very strong in 2011.
Although the share price of RIM wore down 14% in 2010.
Yeah.
Why was that?
Right, and that was because the phones that RIM released last year were just small steps forward, but investors were looking for big leaps forward. So, but this year RIM has many exciting devices planned, so I expect the stock to do much better in 2011.
Okay. You mentioned the Playbook. If I'm correct, that would be RIM's first tablet PC, right?
Yeah.
And it's going to have big competition from the iPad. Most American analysts have low estimates for its sales, ranging from 1 million to about 8 million or so.
Yeah.
What's your take on that?
Right. I expect there's going to be a lot of pent-up demand for the Playbook from corporations. It's because the Playbook has BlackBerry's legendary security and reliability. Many corporations will be looking to pick one up, and for the consumer side, that's also going to be very strong because RIM has an installed base of 55 million consumers. So they simply have to convert on a fraction of those in order to sell millions of Playbooks. The specifications on the Playbook also beat the iPad on every single area, so it's going to be a very strong device.
Okay, well, that being said, there are many people who say RIM is dead because of competition from Apple and Android.
Right.
What do you have to say to them?
Right, I think competitive fears are overblown for RIM. They're still recording revenue and profit that are growing at over 20% every single quarter. In the quarter ending in August, RIM recorded shipments of 12.1 million devices. In the quarter ending in November, they sold 14.2 million devices. So they're still making record shipments of devices every single quarter. So the outlook is still very strong.
Okay, so what's your target price for RIM this year?
For this year, $90 US.
Okay, well, Micheal, it's good been having you here. And as always, please consult a financial advisor before you make any investments. Thank you, Micheal.
Thanks, Pranay.